holding by Hadas. I think we're ready to start the Arova. No, we're on 228. Second. Yeah, we left off Yud. Page 228, Yud. Niktam Rosho. Kosher. By the Hadas, if the top was snipped off, Niktam Rosho, if the top was snipped off, it's kosher. I feel also Botamro. Even though there's no berry, or tamar normally means something which is similar to a date, which would cover up, which would conceal it, it's not a problem. Even the very top dried out, it's also valid. Yesh poslim. Biniktam rosho. Others say no. So this part we didn't explain because hadas. If an arova, a willow, the leaves protrude, right? The hadas, they go along the spine. They go up the stem, right? The leaves. That's what it's called. It's braided. It's like a braid. So even if top snipped off, if you have the leaves at the very top, it covers the location which has been snipped. So, what's the issue? What's the base fit for invalidation? It's lacking in hodor, because we said the first thing you notice is the top of something. But if the leaves go to the very top and they cover the stem, it's not that obvious. Where it's cut, it's not obvious. So therefore, it doesn't detract from the beauty of the hadas. Anaf it's ovos. It's anaf. It's ovos. It's ov. So therefore, that's the rationale. So even though it doesn't have the berry to cover up the location where it's been snipped, it's kosher. Yesh poslim. Others, they validate it. B'niktam rosh, it's snipped. Hagov v'tov lachmir. B'mokum she'ef she'b'acher. If you're able to get another das, it's better to get another das. V'lo mikri mikdam and niktabu ha'etzim. Nikdam means not where the leaves are torn off, the upper leaves, but rather the stem is cut. The very top, the stem of the hanas, is snipped. It's like the lulav. The leaf is snipped. Mishna Berura. Niktam rosho. Haina afilu hoyu ko shlosha abadim niktamu rosha. Here we're speaking about all three. You have three hadas. All three hadas, every one of them, the tops were snipped off. The more linking says it's kosher. It's valid. Ve'idoma lulav arov the niktam rosha posel bem the badas enough chofin rosho. Hainu only because the leaves go to the very top. So where it's snipped, where it's cut, it's not that obvious. So therefore, it doesn't detract from the hodor. Afilo also botamro, who come in tomorrow hayotzis baoli arova. It's similar to like a berry, which is at the very top of the willow. Zevari koshel kuli almo. Shat tomorrow mechasa alaktimo. The berry or the little, whatever you want to call it, which resembles the date, it covers that location which is cut. Therefore, where it's cut is not obvious. V'yesh poslin. Others invalid. Vuadin liyovish roshel deozo. This opinion holds also if the top is dried. Poshel lo mikri yovish roshrak will be no part of what's yovish, like we said earlier. It has to lose its green color. It turns white. Masha'eno motzui klal ba'adasim shegodl b'shonozu. If it's a das which grew this year, you don't have to be concerned about yovish. It takes a year. It takes a very long time for something to turn to be that dry. But if it's wilted to some degree, it's so brittle that if you put your nail to it, you'll crack the leaf. Lomikri yovish. That's not yovish. We had this before. That's not called yovish. Yovish means you have two things. The first thing that happens becomes dry where it's brittle, but it's still kosher because it's still green. And afterwards, it loses its greenish color. Beniktam rosho, mishum dlohavi hodor. So the second opinion says it's not valid. It's possible by niktam rosho. Good? That's by the lulav. That's by the lulav. No, that's he's differentiating. The lulav and the same thing is true by the arova. He says now. He says, what? You have three adasim. Are we speaking about all three hadassim had the top snipped off, or afilu in bar echod niktam rosha. Kamki, being the position that's machmir, that says it's possible, do all three of them have to be cut? Or even one of the three is enough to invalidate them? Vinyl comes sim tofresh now sifal bago. We'll have to see later. Tov lahachmir. Ramos says it's best to be machmir and not to rely on more lenient opinion. The niktam rosha is kosher. Mashirogil shiotzim bein hakanim anofim kitanim. If you ever take a look, sometimes you have in hadas, you have small like branches growing off the top. Let's say you want to snip those off. So it's really things that are attached to the side of the stem. It's not the center stem. No, you have like things growing out of the. Okay. He says, "Mashirogu shiyotzim in hakanim anof gnam v'tzorch liktom osgadei shlo yafsiku bein hakanim niktom ze kosher." Nobody disagrees. Everybody agrees. Snipping those, that's not the actual hadas. These are like protrusions from the hadas itself. Afilim nitzav kain b'chol ha'shlosha badim kain shedi barosho. This is not on the very top. It's protruding from the sides. B'mokshev shebe'acher. So Ramos says that if you're able to get another hadas, you should not rely on the lenient opinion. You should be machmir. Ubach kosev yovish rosho. The hainu b'yovshu olin helyonim. He says if the upper leaves are dry. Afilu yefsha ba'acher im levorich olov. He's differentiating between niktam. If it's snipped, you better. What about if the upper leaves are dry? Avol yesh takona. It's like what Alan said. It's correctable. Just pull off the leaves, right? Everybody agrees. The upper part of the stem is in place. The leaves around the upper part are dry. What's the halacha if those leaves would actually be removed? And the majority of the leaves are on the hadas. It's valid. So therefore, it's an eyesore. It's an eyesore if the leaves are there. So you know, so pull off the leaves. You remove the leaves. It's kosher l'chatchila. It's valid, fully kosher. No, then it would be a tikkun mana. But let's say it would be cholamoid. Let's say the shayla would be.
In all these cases, you're talking about one hadas and one lulav. In other words,
No, there were three. You have all three. We had the discussion. All three are snipped. The one that's leans, all three tops are snipped off. Of all three hadassim, it's kosher.
it's kosher.
You need three.
Right.
Even if all three are snipped, the tops, it's kosher.
Now, you didn't answer very instantly. What if you only had one lulav and one hadas?
One harav is definitely no good. There's a question later. One hadas is one hadas enough? We didn't get there yet. That we have a while to get there.
One is compared to two, whereas this is one's compared to three.
No. We'll see. Maybe it's hitter to have three, but the evidence, if you have one, maybe it could be even with one. We'll see. Ho'etzim. He says when we speak about niktam rosha, the whole discussion is only when the stem was cut, not when the leaves were removed. Avon niktam olim el yorim levad lo mikri niktam. If the leaves are removed, that's not called niktam rosha. Doesn't mean the upper leaves have been removed. It means the stem has been snipped. Let's just finish this off. Im ein lo el hadash anof of merubim mi olav biyomtov. What about if you have hadas? We said before, if you have more berries than leaves, and the berries are red berries or black berries. If it's green, it's the uniform color. It's not a problem. But what about if the berries are reddish or brownish or blackish? It looks spotted. It's spotted. It's not valid. So what should you do? Not lovein v'oracholov. No, you can't. It's tikkun mana. It's Yom Tif.
Oh, it's on
On Yom Tif.
And beforehand you could.
No, for Yom Tif you remove them, or chalamod you remove them. So the halacha is not lovein v'oracholov, because there was an opinion that says that maybe it is valid. You take it, but it's better than doing nothing. You take, you don't say a bracha. Not lovein v'oracholov posel afil b'shar yomim. This is possible even on the days which are rabbinical. Fi dvoravim nizdamen lo achkach hadasam acherim tzorch levorach b'shar yom gam kein. Vod notlo kedei shlishtach toras. He says, what's the value? Interesting. Kedei shlishtach toras. It's not. He says it's not even a suffix. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Kedei shlishtach toras lulav. It's like, you have communities. They never had a sefer Torah. They used to read out of a chumash. Not that they call for people for aliyahs, it's a bracha levatolo. You can only say a bracha on a sefer Torah. But there were communities they would actually read 7 aliyahs without Torah, without brachas. Otherwise, they're totally detached and they'll never have Kriyas Torah. Just to have people, exposed to it. So over here, the concept is, it's not because we're relying on a certain opinion. No, because if that would be the case, if another lulav presents itself, you're not permitted to say a bracha. Right? He says, no, you take it again with a bracha the other days. It's purely, Kadesh T'shtachach Torah's lulav, Ayin Ber Alocha, which we'll leave for tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah.
That one is only one.
Wow.
That one is only one of them with berries.
Even one.
No bracha.
No bracha, yeah. You were speaking about, seeing and understanding. There's a book I once mentioned, Lieutenant Birnbaum. You ever read the book? So he has a story there, Lieutenant Birnbaum. Yeah. So he has a story in that book. After the war, towards the end, when they liberated Paris, he was in Paris, and he was an officer, he was a lieutenant. So he meets a person, and the person, his name was Schreiber. His name was Schreiber. So he prides himself. He's a grandson of Chassam Sofer, some family, direct line from him, and he's priding himself, not a grandson. Yeah, Sofer. Yeah, 100%. Many Schreibers. They're descendants of the Chassam Sofer. So, and then afterwards, he says, "What do you do?" He says, "You see this burlesque house? It's mine." Yeah, here he's priding himself. He's Chassam Sofer's grandson. The moment he said that, he felt like throwing up. You understand? It's not, I don't want to. He felt revolted from the man. You know what I mean? This is right after the war. Maybe it was 46, because he stayed a little bit longer to help with refugees, to help them, whatever it is. That's the difference in Yediyah. That's seeing and understanding. It's not I understand it's wrong. This is so revolting. You can't handle it. Can't deal with it. Okay.